Welcome back to the beautiful Bighorn Basin and the New Jersey State Museum's Ask the Experts video learning library, where we're digging into some of the most common questions people ask paleontologists about what we do and how we do it. The last time you joined us, you learned all about how we identify fossils, where in the body the bones are from, and what dinosaur it belonged to. Over the decades, we've found countless bones from hundreds of species of dinosaurs, so we really have a good idea of what their skeletons look like. But there's a lot more to these amazing creatures than just their bones. What did they look like when they were alive? What color were they, and what did their skin look like? And how can we really even know any of these things anyway? Well, before we start digging into those questions, we better get help from a friend of mine. Let's go meet him. I'm here with my good friend Jason Poole. In addition to being a great paleontologist and a phenomenal fossil preparator, he's also a well-accomplished paleo artist. Jason, why don't you tell us a little bit about what it is exactly that a paleo artist does?
So basically, as a paleo artist, what I try and do is I try and take fossils and flesh them out, putting muscle on them, skin, figuring out what color they are, basing as much of what I'm doing on the actual fossils as I can, but also taking cues from live animals, things that are around today that can help inform me in how to make these things look. So the neat thing about this is that this is the only way we really have of visualizing these animals. So, when we're working with bones, they're bones, and we're very much looking at sort of what the bones can tell us. But it's helpful and sometimes insightful to have a reconstruction of what that animal would look like with the skin on, to put it in the context in its environment.
So when you're drawing a dinosaur, how do you know what colors to use? How do you know how fat their bellies may have been, or anything like that?
What I try and do is get as familiar as possible with the fossils. So I spend an awful lot of time sketching from the actual bones, from the fossils that are available, that are sort of going to be the basis for the reconstruction. Plant fossils, skeletal elements, possible behaviors based on conversations with the researchers and observations of living animals all play a part in any depiction of dinosaurs or any extinct organism. Footprints and skin imprints, as well as eggshells and nests, are types of trace fossils. Those can add to what's known about dinosaurs beyond their skeletons and what we can learn from them. Color is not something we know even a little bit about right now, although lots of really cool work is being done to decipher what we can and what we will know more about in the next few years. Color patterns are observable on some exquisite specimens, but those are few and far between. And those show patterns, not the colors that those patterns would have held. I like to base color choices on living animals that might have something in common with the dinosaur I'm working on. Sometimes the colors and patterns I pick as an artist can help tell the story I'm trying to capture in the art I'm creating. Bones tell great stories if you know how to read them. Shapes of bones can tell you about how they move. Muscle scars can give you clues as to where large muscles connect from bone to bone. Bumps, holes, strange bends in the bone can often be due to pathologies. Broken bone that's healed. These all tell us stories about how the dinosaur was, and some of them about what they were doing while they were alive. Dinosaur art of today is drastically different than what was done only 100 years ago, or even only 20 years ago. These antiquated works of art are not incorrect. They represent what was known when they were created. There will be finds and discoveries that make what is being done today look outdated in just a few years. One of the coolest things about being a paleontological illustrator is that I get to populate people's brains with dinosaurs. Because the cool thing is that every image that anybody has of a living dinosaur or anything extinct has been created by an illustrator, a sculptor, or an animator. Hey guys, if you want to learn how to draw dinosaurs, the best thing to do is just to get outside, a place like this, and sketch. Sketch everything that you see. Sketch animals, plants, people, situations, anything. All of that stuff is going to help to build up your sort of visual library for drawing dinosaurs or any other extinct animal. It's a lot of fun, and also my favorite thing to do is to get into the museums and then take these skeletons, make them fleshed out, and put them in the situations that we see animals doing things in today.
We've really covered a lot in this series. We've shown you how we decide where to look for fossils and how we find them. You've seen how we identify fossils in the field, how we excavate them, and how we protect them for the journey back here to the lab. And then you saw how we prepare them for study and for exhibit. You even got a peek into the world of a paleo artist. That's a lot of information, but there is one more question we get asked all the time, and that is, why do we study dinosaurs in Montana and Wyoming if we're in New Jersey? Well, that's a great question, but we better get into that one next time. Until then, thank you for joining us, and as always, keep digging.